Okay, so for this episode of Hacha Zim Zam, I want you to remember the 15th of August. The 15th of August is when voting opens up for the South by Southwest panel picker. The way they pick the panels for the South by Southwest Interactive Festival, one of the factors is how many votes each panel gets. They'll let the people who are going to the festival vote on which panels they want to see. And even if you're not going to the festival, you're not sure, you can vote anyway, and you should. So August 15th, and I am going to submit a panel called Links as Language. It's a talk I've given before, not at South by Southwest, but other places like Barcamp Philadelphia. And it's called Links as Language, the Gamification of Reading. And I'll explain that title in a minute, but when I'm giving this talk, first thing I usually do is I show people two sentences. And here's the first sentence. And it doesn't exactly make much sense, and it's not a very interesting sentence. In fact, it's grammatically incorrect, it's missing a subject. But if I show you that same sentence, just a little bit different, now all of a sudden it kind of makes intuitive sense, because you know that if you click on that link, you'll know what the subject is, even though it's not actually right there in front of you. And that you see the blue lettering and you know what that means. It's a symbol that's conveying meaning, and that is language. So that's what I mean when I'm talking about links as language, and I kind of start there, and I kind of take it to a place where you're talking about how when you read that way, it's different from reading, straight up print. When you read straight up print, it's a very linear journey, point A to point B. When you're reading something online and there are links in there, you kind of have the opportunity to go off the path to someplace completely different, and maybe never come back. So it's more like exploring a game space as opposed to just going on one linear path. So that's kind of what I mean by the gamification, and the opportunity this presents for writers is you get to sort of help to craft that journey. And what I really want people to take away from this is to think of links as a writing tool, the same way you would a metaphor or a comma. It's really exciting stuff. I've given this talk before. People love it. And the discussion, because we always sort of start talking as we go along, the discussion always leads in these really interesting, unpredictable places. So the last time I gave this talk, we ended up talking about the nature of knowledge in the 21st century. It's really interesting stuff. So go to the panel picker on August 15th. That's when the voting opens. It's open until September 2nd, but don't wait that long. Just start voting right away. It's called Links as Language, the Gamification of Reading. I'll put the link down below here so you'll know, and I'll remind you again on the 15th, but I just want you to start thinking about it now. It's going to be fun. Thanks so much.